This is the sweater I'm making for me. I'm down to working on the arms. This is exactly the same technique, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I did before I continue with my demo. You can see I started the I-cord here, and I did this much of it. That's my 26 rows before I started the whole shoulder thing. I think I have more stitches here on this shoulder, but it doesn't really matter, whatever you designate. Oh, I have a white dog that's shedding. I do want to say that when you start, before you start the increases for your front raglan, you can see I didn't start them for this many rows. The first increase is right there. If you delay the front raglan increase, even if you're just doing raglan and not doing this Conti-Rag, and even if you're doing contiguous, if you delay that one increase for, I did it, I don't know, 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd say 4 rows, it removes the bubble that usually shows up right here, because you're forcing, you're removing the forced fabric effect. So when we go back to the demo I'm doing, make note that if you delay this, you don't end up with, and I'll show you what the problem is. This is a sweater I started for my sister, and you can see I started the front increase right away. When she puts that on, it's going to do this, and I will have a bubble right here. That's where the bubble will be, because I forced that. I also did 3 of each. I did 3 3s, 3 2s, 3 1s, and the neck. It's a lovely shape, but for what I was doing, it's too wide. So I'm going to tear this apart, and I'm going to go back to 2 instances of skipping 3 stitches, 2 instances of skipping 2 stitches, and then I'll have a flat spot here when I get done with this, and I've got this shoulder all shaped, and I've done all of my back shaping, which is the 3s, the 2s, and the 1s. I will have a section here where I just do I-cord on my way over to the other side to repeat the whole process. So bear that in mind as we continue on. So here we are, we're back to this. You can see, now that you've seen the finished product, you understand this is the back shaping. This is not the center back. This is the end of the back shaping. At this point, when we do this final turn, we will take out the provisional, and we will start I-cord, and we will build I-cord until we get on the other side identical to this. So we want to skip the front increase, the front raglan increase for, I'm going to do it for 6 times. I like that just a little better than 4 times. For me it works. We've done our increase. There's our increase from the one before, so we're going to knit across. We do our shoulder increase. You can have as many as many stitches for the shoulder as you like. I did one where I did a saddle shoulder with contiguous, and it was beautiful. I've got a picture of it somewhere in my projects. Very masculine appearance. I think I'm going to... Okay, so here we are. We're at the end where we did the increase before. We've got 1 stitch we're going to pick up, and then we're making the turn. This is the stitch we make the turn in. I picked up, okay, this is important. Look at this. Can you see I picked up the wrong 2 legs? I should have picked up these 2 legs, and that's what you'll have to watch for, is that you don't let your picked up stitches crawl around the I-cord. that's why I like having the, oh, I'm screwing up here. That's why I like having the gourd markers on. Not only do they mark where I need to go, they keep me on track, but they also prevent me from going around the I-cord instead of staying on the single column of stitches. So turn, slip, back the other way. No increases on the next time I go to the right side. No increases on the wrong side. The next time I go to the right side, whoops, I am going to do my back shoulder increase. I'm delaying it just a little bit. That'll give me a little bit better shoulder shape at the neck edge. Alright, we're going to do our increase for our V-neck edge, which is also our turn. Slip it, work the I-cord back, Alright, on the next row, I'm going to do my, on the next row, I'm going to do, oops, I need to pay attention to one thing at a time. On the next row, I'm going to do my front increase. I'm going to start my back increase here, and I'll set the marker for it. That's the contiguous part of the shoulder line part of the shoulder. Okay, I've gone 4. This is where my increase is going to be for my back raglan. So you're doing 4 things. You're doing your back neck shaping, which is the picked up stitches on the I-cord and the turn. I did it again. Kid you not. Alright, and this one is our turn stitch. And we pass that back. So you're doing your back neck shaping and picking up the stitches. You're doing your back increase and your shoulder increases, shoulder line increases on the right side row. You're doing your front increase on the right side row, but you're going to delay it 1 or 2 passes past when you do the back one. Alright, now I'm going to count the number of stitches between this marker, which is my back increase, and this marker, which is the back edge of my shoulder increase. I'm going to replicate that number of stitches here, and I'm going to set my marker, and that's where I'll do the front. So I've got 5 stitches there. So this is my shoulder line stitches, the 4 shoulder line stitches that stay between the markers. I ended up with it between the markers. I did my increase in the wrong place. No, I've got 4. I'm good. Alright, now we're going to do 5 stitches, and I'm going to set that front marker so I know where to do the front raglan increase. There's that. I set my marker. In my previous section of video, I said when you do the turn for the I-cord, it gives you 2 rows for every body row, and it gives you 2 rows for every 2 body rows. So make note of that. That was an error on my part. And just like the shoulder one, we're going to reach across the marker and create a stitch. And that's the start of the front raglan. Now I'm going to repeat the steps I've already shown you all the way. Oops, this is my front shoulder. I'm going to repeat these steps all the way until I run out of I-cord. And then I'm going to create I-cord until I get to the same spot on the other shoulder, and I'm going to repeat this process in reverse. And that's going to make the entire top of the sweater with the I-cord edge. Alright, make sure we pick up the right ones. That was my last 2. The next 2 are the 3s. Okay, so you see how it's working? I get the lovely I-cord, I get the lovely back neck shaping, I get my shoulder shaping. It works out really nicely. So there you go. That's how it's done. Pretty simple.